Hello students, this is Rahmat Khan from Shivjyoti Educational Group. I hope you all are doing well and studying regularly. Dear students, today we are going to revise the chapter 1 of history, that is nationalism in Europe, which you already studied through a video which we have sent to you. I request you students to go through that video thoroughly before coming to the revision video. But still, if you have any doubts, don't worry. We have the doubt session for the revision lectures. So you can come up with your doubts in the revision sessions, that is doubt sessions. So without wasting time, let us start with this revision video of chapter 1, that is history, nationalism in Europe. So dear students, we are going to revise our chapter to the mind map. Okay? We won't go so deep in the chapter because you already have the video with you, but we are going to brief up with everything little by little. So let us start. So rise of nationalism in Europe. In this chapter, what we learned first is that before 100 of years there were no nation. मतलब कहीं साल पहले, लगभग 100-150 साल पहले there was no nation states. देश नहीं थे. So from where the idea of nation state came? So this is what we studied in this chapter. The first clear idea we got from the French Revolution, when the French people, they got democracy by fighting. Okay? So when they got democracy, they were very happy. So let us see what happened next from here. That is, we are going to learn development of concept of nation state with citizens having common identity and history. As I told you, there were no nations. पहले कोई देश नहीं हुआ करते थे. Fine. So the first idea we got from the French Revolution. So पहला clear-cut expression of nation state we got from the French Revolution, wherein the people declared themselves democracy. लोगों ने अपने आप को democracy declare किया and they were very happy because before this, इसके पहले क्या होता था? What would happen? क्या चल रहा था? That was monarchy, the rule of the king. Everywhere in the world, the kings were ruling. हर जगह पे अलग-अलग जगहों पर राजा महाराजा रूल किया करते थे. We are talking about the past. But अगर आज की बात करें, if you talk about today, you can see today we don't have the monarch rule here, right? We have democracy in India. So ये ऐसे ही democracy नहीं बना. It was a long process. And the first idea we got from the French Revolution. So they gave us the first idea of democracy, right? So when they were enjoying democracy, जब उन्होंने democracy enjoy करना शुरू किया था, they felt that this idea should be spread in whole Europe. So क्या कहा मेरे बच्चों? उन्होंने ये सोचा कि इस idea को हम पूरे यूरोप में फैला दें. Which idea? The idea of democracy. And for this, what they started doing is the French army started going to the other parts of Europe. So वो armies दूसरे part of Europe में जाने लगी and they started spreading the message of democracy. People were very happy. Some educated students, middle class people, they set up Jacobin clubs. Jacobin clubs were those clubs where they were trying to help the people to spread the idea of democracy. But this democracy was short-lived. क्या बोला बच्चों मैंने कि ये democracy ज़्यादा दिन तक नहीं चली. Why? Because soon what happened? Napoleonic rule came and he destroyed the democracy which was enjoyed by the French people. So Napoleon ने क्या कर दिया? Democracy को destroy किया. He just destroyed the democracy which were enjoyed by the French people and he introduced several changes. और वो कुछ बदलाव लेके आए. The changes introduced by Napoleon was appreciated and depreciated also. मतलब उसको सराहाया भी गया और उसको नकारा भी गया. There were some people who accepted his idea and there were some people who did not like his ideas. For example, that is Napoleonic Code. Remember बच्चों, Napoleonic Code and Civil Code of 1804 are same. ये दोनों एक ही चीज है. This is very important for you that Napoleonic Code and Civil Code both are same. Don't get confused, right? So what was this code? This code were changes brought by Napoleon. So what changes did Napoleon brought? Napoleon ने क्या changes लेके आए Napoleon? First we talk about the positive side. अच्छाई की बात करते हैं उनकी. First, he removed the feudal system, जहाँ पे किसानों को आपको रेंट देना पड़ता था. ओके. सेकेंडली ही मेड लॉज इक्वल फॉर एवरीबडी. सो नेपोलियन ने क्या किया, सबको बराबर खड़ा कर दिया लॉ के सामने. Whether he is rich or he is poor, he will be treated equally in front of law. And he said that there will be voting right for everybody. But here there was a problem. एक तरफ वो ये कह रहे थे कि सबको equally treat किया जाएगा. But when he talked about the voting right was only given to the male. सिर्फ किसको दिया गया, male को दिया गया. So that's why the women did not get a chance for voting right. Okay, so these were few things which Napoleon introduced, plus the communication system was better. Introduce किया उन्होंने communication system को, transport system को और भी improve कर दिया. And people were very happy because they thought this person is trying to help us out. But later, कुछ दिनों बाद, they started realizing that Napoleon just wanted to spread his power. एंड धीरे धीरे नेपोलियन ने क्या करना शुरू किया, यूरोप के दूसरे देशों पे कब्जा करने की कोशिश करनी शुरू कर दी. फॉर दिस व्हाट ही डिड, ही इंक्रीज द टैक्सेस. क्योंकि आर्मी बढ़ाने पड़ेगी, जब आर्मी बढ़ानी पड़ेगी तो पैसा भी तो ज्यादा लगेगा. फ्रॉम वेयर ही विल ब्रिंग द मनी, ही इंक्रीज द टैक्सेस, ही रेज द टैक्सेस. जब उन्होंने टैक्सेस बढ़ाए, पीपल वर अपसेट. प्लस फोर्सफुली ही स्टार्टेड एडमिटिंग द पीपल from the villages, from that area, forcefully he was taking them into army. So this thing did not liked by the people. लोगों को ये बात पसंद बिल्कुल भी नहीं आई. And they started opposing him. And the other countries, the powerful countries, Russia, Britain, these other countries, they got the idea that Napoleon is trying to invade other countries. He want to become more powerful. So आपको क्या लगता है वो चुप बैठे रहेंगे? So they planned something to attack him. Okay? So let us find out. Okay, Treaty of Vienna 1815. So as I told you, as Napoleon was growing in power, Napoleon जैसे powerful बनता जा रहा था, some powerful countries did not like it and they had a war with him. That is Battle of Waterloo. Battle of Waterloo was that war, that battle wherein Napoleon was destroyed. उनको हरा दिया गया था यहाँ पर इस बैटल में. एंड आफ्टर दैट द ट्रीटी ऑफ वेना वाज साइंड. नाउ व्हाट वाज दिस ट्रीटी? ट्रीटी इज एन एग्रीमेंट. बच्चे ट्रीटी क्या होता है? एक एग्रीमेंट होती है. जब नेपोलियन को हराया तो द कंट्रीज मेट इन वियना कांग्रेस 1815 टू सेटल व्हाट टू बी डन. क्या करने के लिए कि नेपोलियन ने जो देशों पे कब्जा कर रखा था, जो अपने रूल्स बनाए थे, उसका क्या करना है. फॉर दैट अ मीटिंग वाज अरेंज्ड एट वियना कांग्रेस. ओके, एंड हु होस्टेड इट? ड्यूक मेटरनिच. किसने होस्ट किया इसको? ड्यूक मेटरनिच, ऑस्ट्रेलियन चांसलर. ओके, सो ही होस्टेड दिस मीटिंग टू ड्रॉ अप अ सेटलमेंट फॉर द फ्रांस एंड द अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ यूरोप वेयर नेपोलियन कैप्चर्ड. फाइन. Next we are going to talk about is the revolution of liberals 1848. Dear students, if we talk about Europe, यूरोप में कौन रहते थे और किस क्लास कैटेगरी के लोग रहते थे? Earlier, when we talk about the French Revolution, there were only two categories. Which are the two categories we are talking about? One is aristocracy, aristocrat, rich people, elite, that is high class people, बहुत पैसे वाले लोग. Okay, and the second one was peasants. The number of peasants were more. Peasant जो आपके किसान थे. So this were two categories. Okay, ये दो ही कैटेगरी पहले हुआ करती थी. But आफ्टर द इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन, इंडस्ट्रीज जब बढ़ने लगी, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन के बाद में वन मोर क्लास इमर्ज्ड, और एक क्लास का जन्म हुआ. विच वाज द क्लास? दैट वाज लिबरल क्लास. नाउ व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय लिबरल? लिबरल का मतलब क्या है? लिबरल का मतलब है आजाद. द पीपल हु थिंक दैट एवरीबडी शुड बी ट्रीटेड इक्वली. ओके, इन सिंपल लिबरल का मतलब होता है आजाद. नाउ आफ्टर इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन लिबरल क्लास इमर्ज्ड. कौन सी क्लास आई? लिबरल क्लास आई. नाउ लिबरल क्लास वाज अगेंस्ट एरिस्टोक्रेसी. लिबरल क्लास किसके खिलाफ थी? एरिस्टोक्रेसी के खिलाफ थी. व्हाई? द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई दे वर अगेंस्ट देम? बिकॉज एरिस्टोक्रेसी, दिस रिच क्लास वर एंजॉयिंग बेनिफिट्स ऑफ अदर राइट्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दे वर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द लॉज. लॉज उनके लिए अलग थे और गरीबों के लिए अलग थे. ओके, दे वर एंजॉयिंग बेनिफिट्स. और आप देखिए उनके पास बड़ी बड़ी जमीनें थी एंड दे डिड नॉट अलाउ एनीबडी टू बाय देम. तो लैंड परचेज करने के लिए किसी और को अलाउ नहीं किया जाता था. Okay, it was like a monopoly. They did not mingle with other people. वो दूसरे लोगों के साथ mix नहीं हुआ करते थे. And they did not allow them to trade. And that is why this liberal class was against aristocracy, because they wanted everybody should be treated equally. वो चाहते थे कि सबको same तरीके से treat किया जाए. So when we talk about the revolution of liberals, okay, so we are going to talk about what liberals wanted actually. Okay, देखते हैं. Before we move to liberal nationalism, बच्चों, unification of Germany and unification of Italy we are going to discuss, because this is directly NCERT question भी है आपका, तो हम अब इसको डिस्कस करेंगे आगे. Okay, unification of Germany and unification of Italy. So for now we'll just concentrate on the revolution of the liberals of 1848. Okay, और हम understand करेंगे see what liberal nationalism stood for, कि ये liberal nationalism क्या थी. Fine. So if we talk about liberal nationalism, in political sphere it will be different, in economic sphere it was divided into two, that is political sphere and economic sphere. तो liberal आज़ादी दो तरह की they were talking about, that is one in political sphere and other one in economic sphere. So first we are going to talk about the political sphere. Okay, so if you talk about political sphere, what they wanted, क्या चाहते थे वो लोग? First, end of autocracy. I have told you already, they were against them. तो वो चाहते थे कि इनका autocracy right जो है खत्म हो जाए. Second, adoption of constitution. Remember dear students, at this point of time, the king was ruling and there was no constitution. Constitution, संविधान. तो राजा दूसरों की बात क्यों मानेगा? Rules और regulation क्यों follow करेगा? But this liberal class wanted that the king should adopt the constitution. Okay? For that we say that it is constitutional monarchy. Beta, there is a difference between monarchy and constitutional monarchy. Now a doubt might be coming in your mind. आपके दिमाग में डाउट आ रहा होगा, sir what is constitutional monarchy and what is monarchy? बेटा monarchy, absolute power is with the king. सारे powers किसके हाथ में हैं? King के power में है. वो जो चाहिए वो कर सकता है. But in constitutional monarchy he cannot do that, because he need to think about the people, because he need to run his state according to the constitution. So that is the difference between constitutional monarchy and monarchy. Okay, so they wanted adoption of constitution. Next, government by concern. Government by concern means the government which is in power, it should be with the consent of the people. वहां के जो लोग हैं उनकी मर्जी की सरकार होनी चाहिए. Okay, that is they wanted. Next is representative government through parliament. They wanted representatives. For example, in India we also have representative, right? हमारे MLA जो वगैरह होते हैं, they are representative of us. मैं बस आपको एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूं समझने के लिए. उस टाइम पे MLAs वगैरह ऐसे नहीं हुआ करते थे जैसे आज हमारा देश है. Okay, so I am just giving you example. So those MLAs which are there, आज जो हमारे MLA होते हैं ये क्या होते हैं? They are representative. वो वहाँ पार्लियामेंट में बैठ के किसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं? हमको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं. वो हमारे प्रॉब्लम्स को सामने रखते हैं. Same, they wanted representative government through parliament. They wanted a parliament wherein they wanted a representative. They should represent the people. They should raise the problem of the people. कि लोगों की प्रॉब्लम भी तो समझ में आए. Okay, so this was according to the political sphere. And equality before law. Equality before law, that is everybody should be treated, must be treated equally, because here we saw this autocracy was not treated equally. They were enjoying certain other benefits, but this liberal class wanted equality before law. And abolition of property rights. Property rights was only with the autocracy. Okay, they only had the property right, but they wanted this to एंड इसको भी खत्म किया जाए और सबको मौका मिले प्रॉपर्टी के खरीदने के लिए. सो दिस वाज इन पॉलिटिकल स्फेयर. ऑन द अदर साइड, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट इकोनॉमिक स्फेयर, व्हाट दे वांटेड इन इकोनॉमिक स्फेयर, कैसी आजादी चाहिए थी उनको? दैट इज फ्रीडम ऑफ मार्केट्स. व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट फ्रीडम ऑफ मार्केट्स, दैट इज व्हेरेवर यू वांट यू कैन ट्रेड. आप जहां चाहिए वहां ट्रेड कीजिए बिना बैरियर के, विदाउट एनी बैरियर. There should be no restrictions for the trade. You can market, you can trade anywhere. This is their main priority. Next, removal of state imposed restriction on movement of goods and capital. That is, earlier there was a problem. if you wanted to sell goods from one place to another, how many places you go, जितने भी जगह आप जाते थे, हर जगह आपको टैक्स देते चलना पड़ता था. आप अगर 10 जगह जा रहे हो तो 10 जगह टैक्स दोगे आप. So this was a big problem. This was a barrier in trade. So they wanted to remove this barrier. They wanted the free movement of goods, because इससे क्या होगा, trade benefit होगा. So this were some points they wanted, they were interested in. That is liberal nationalism we are talking about. Okay. Let us discuss about the major events of this chapter. Okay. So in 18th century, Germany, Italy, Switzerland was divided into many states and each had an independent ruler. Now what do you mean by this? We have already discussed, that is earlier there were no nation state, there was monarchy rule और हर एक राजा का अपना अपना किंगडम होता था, डायनेस्टी हुआ करती थी, सल्तनतें हुआ करती थी. Okay? French Revolution, it was the first expression of nationalism. I have told you that French Revolution was the first expression that gave idea of nationalism. What is nationalism? Nationalism is the feeling of oneness. क्या है nationalism? Feeling of oneness, जहाँ पे हर एक को ये महसूस होता है हम सब कौन हैं, एक हैं. I will just give you example, okay, of nationalism. बेटा imagine a cricket match between India and Australia. एक बॉल में 6 रन चाहिए, स्टेडियम में हम सब बैठे हुए हैं और MS धोनी बैटिंग कर रहे हैं और लास्ट बॉल में जैसे ही छक्का मारा तो व्हाट विल हैपन, एवरी इंडियन विल स्टैंड अप. अब वो ये नहीं देखेगा कि हिंदू स्टैंडिंग, मुस्लिम स्टैंडिंग, क्रिश्चियन स्टैंडिंग. व्हाई? बिकॉज देयर वी आर नॉट हिंदू, मुस्लिम, क्रिश्चियन, देयर वी आर इंडियन. दैट इज नेशनलिज्म, अ फीलिंग दैट इज वी आर वन, वी आर इंडियन. That is the meaning of nationalism. Okay, so we talked about the first expression given by the French Revolution. It ended monarchy in France and gave power to the citizens. We have already discussed this, right? Napoleonic Code of 1804. We already know what is Napoleonic Code of 1804. Okay, and Napoleon destroyed the democracy which was there in France. Okay, and he introduced certain new things. What were the things? Privileges based on birth was removed. Okay, and established equality before law, as we talked about, and secured right to property. Next is revolutionary France marked the first political experiment of liberal democracy. The right to vote to get elected was granted exclusively to property owning man. What does mean by this? मतलब फ्रांस के अंदर वोटिंग राइट किसको मिलता था? जिसके पास प्रॉपर्टी हुआ करती थी. क्या लगता है ये आपको सही था? दो. At this time also this was not correct, right? But men without property and all women were not allowed to vote, excluded from political rights. Okay, उनको कोई allowed नहीं करता था voting rights के लिए. Vienna Congress, we'll just discuss about Vienna Congress. We have already discussed this. I am just brushing up. Okay. If you don't understand anything, बच्चों, you can rewind the video easily. You can pause, you can read, and you can move ahead. Okay, don't worry about that. But still, if you have any doubts, you can come up with your doubts in the doubts session. Okay, let's continue. In January 1871, we were talking about Vienna Congress of 1815. I have told you, representative of European powers. Which powers? That is Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria. Remember one thing, these were the powers who defeated Napoleon. I remember, you should remember this. These were the powers which defeated Napoleon. In which war? In which battle? Battle of Waterloo, 1815. Okay, so Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, who had collectively defeated Napoleon, met at Vienna to draw up settlement for the euro. That is, Napoleon ने जितने भी changes किए थे, उस changes का क्या करना है, इसके लिए ये gather हुए थे, and they brought changes. Okay, the Congress was hosted by Australian Chancellor Duke Metternich, which I have already told you. Next is in January 1871, the Persian king William I was proclaimed German emperor in a ceremony held at Versailles. Okay, we will talk about the unification of Germany. Don't worry, we already have NCERT question regarding that. Next is in 1861, Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed king of United Italy. So Italy was also unified, and who was the first king there? That is Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed as the king there. Okay. Women had formed their own political association. Now this is an interesting point. Women at that time played a very important role. They did what they could. उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की सपोर्ट किया, सब कुछ किया, बट दे डिड नॉट हैड वोटिंग राइट, दे वर लाइक जस्ट स्पेक्टेटर्स। वो कौन थे? बस स्पेक्टेटर्स थे। इन अ फ्रैंकफर्ट पार्लियामेंट ऑल्सो दे वर देयर, बट दे हैड नो राइट टू स्पीक, they were just there to watch what is happening. So this was little bit very harsh with them, right? Okay, so let's talk about some important terms of this chapter. Okay, these terms are already there in your textbook बच्चों। ओके आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में जो ब्लॉक बने हुए डार्क सर्कल के जिसमें वर्ड मीनिंग्स है उसमें ऑलरेडी ये सारे टर्म्स हैं, बट वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू डिस्कस ऑल द टर्म्स हियर, वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस फ्यू ऑफ देम। ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल व्हाट इज एब्सोल्यूट? Okay, that is literally a government or a system or a rule that no restraints of the power exercised by other. पूरा पावर एक ही के पास होना, सिंपल वर्ड्स में। ओके, फुल पावर विथ वन सिंगल पर्सन। ओके, यूटोपियन, a vision of a society so ideal that is actually not possible to exist. इस तरह की एक सोसाइटी होना, एक प्लेस होना जो पॉसिबल नहीं है होना। ओके, plebiscite, a direct vote by which all the people of the region asked to accept or reject proposal. For example, कोई बात है जहां पे मैंने पूछा कौन इसके हक में है और कौन नहीं है, the people who favor and the people who not favor, this is direct vote, that is called plebiscite. Okay, so and last is conservatism. Conservatism, this is a thinking, पुराने ख्यालात के, they wanted to restore everything which was of old age. मोनार्की रूल वो खत्म नहीं करना चाहते थे, एरिस्टोक्रेसी वो खत्म नहीं करना चाहते थे, they wanted to store this, but the liberals did not accept their idea. तो liberals किसके खिलाफ थे? कंजर्वेटिज्म के खिलाफ थे, and they were against liberals, and because of this किसका जन्म हुआ? रेवोल्यूशनरी। रेवोल्यूशनरी कौन? क्रांतिकारी। ओके, यस, and we have the revolutionaries here, that is Giuseppe Mazzini. He was the important revolutionary, he was a Italian revolutionary. ये कौन थे? Italian revolutionary थी। इटली को यूनिफिकेशन का फर्स्ट आइडिया किसने दिया? Giuseppe Mazzini. And he formed two secret society, Young Italy and Young Europe. What is secret society? Secret society का मतलब जहां आप छिप के अपनी आजादी के लिए लड़ते हैं, secret society, because the conservatists did not allow these people to come openly. छुप के आपको अपने फ्रीडम के लिए फाइट करना पड़ता था। ओके, वी हैव Garibaldi, again he played a very important role in the unification of Italy. Garibaldi, which is very important. Okay, Cavour, Count Camillo Cavour, he played a very important role in the unification of Italy. Count Camillo Cavour, he was the very important personality who played very important role in the unification of Italy. Okay, and we have Bismarck, Otto von Bismarck. He played a very important role in the unification of Germany. Okay, so these were the important personalities we have. Okay.